Good morning, good afternoon, whatever. Hello from planet Earth. I am Bear from the internet. We're going to do the brief. It is 2 October 24. We're going to talk about the end of the world. Should be live momentarily on YouTube. It says we're live on YouTube. Give me a 5x5 Jupiter Mojo. As a goof, I just looked at how much a pallet of creamy would cost to send to refuge. $2,000, Team Creamy. You know what, Jupiter Mojo? You send me a pallet of creamy peanut butter. Right now, there are no sides. Like, all peanut butter lives matter. You send me a pallet of peanut butter to Refuge Medical. I will send it to Grindstone Ministries in Eastern Tennessee. 104 Cherry Grove Road, Jonesboro, Tennessee. It is the 2nd of October, somehow, 2024. We're going to do the briefly. And I'm going to start the show with this. What does this information matter if it's not actionable? And the answer is it doesn't. It's doomer porn. It's fear-mongering. It's to spin you up and make it easier to subject you to the whims of the governing elites if you're afraid. So before we talk about all the things that the entire world is going to want you to be afraid of, I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to give you 3 things, okay? 3, because people are goldfish, and you can remember 5 things as long as you forget 2 of them. 3 things, real simple. The 3 Ps. Everybody ready? You should be a t-shirt. Yeah. Listen, write it down. Write it on your forehead if you need to. Pray. 1, pray. Father Yahweh, thank you for provision, protection, blessing. Father, guide me by your Ruach HaKodesh, your Holy Spirit. Let me do your works in your will. Put me where you need me to be. Let me say your things and do your things and be a blessing to other people. Okay? We fear nothing but Yahweh, our Elohim, the Lord our God. That's it. That's it. Fear, when you are afraid of things, you are worshiping. You're worshiping. You're giving your attention to bad stuff. Okay? Don't worship your fears. Worship Elohim. Step 1, pray. Step 2, prep. What should I prep? Prepper Classroom playlist here on YouTube. Free. Go watch it. Okay? Pray, prep. 3rd step, produce. Be not just a hearer of the word, but a doer also. Be not just a consumer of things, but a producer also. Pray, prep, produce. Everybody tracking? Tracking, Bear. Thank you, Sarah. In the chat, 1, pray. 2, prep. 3, produce. Beautiful. 40% of y'all are not subscribed to this show. If you want to be, make sure you've subscribed, ring the little bell icon, leave a comment for the YouTube algorithmic robot so that they have something to nom on. They're very, very hungry robots, this artificial intelligence. Share the show with somebody you love. That helps us get around the YouTube algorithmic BS. And yeah, do all the things. Show is brought to you by Yahweh, your Elohim, the Lord your God. The fine people over at Patreon, by the way, it's the beginning of the month. Please make sure you check your Patreon subscriptions. And if you want to join, it's $10 a month. It's the best $10 you can spend on the internet. It's not an I love me, you should love me too Patreon page. There's more content and deeper content over on Patreon than there is on YouTube. It's a preparedness consultancy. You get access to me for $10 a month. Okay. Very, very reasonable. And bona fides, I've been doing this for 19 years. I've made a lot of mistakes, and the goal is to help keep you from making those same mistakes, especially right now as the freaking world spirals out of control. And it's also brought to you by Refuge Medical. I'm the founder and CEO of Refuge Medical and Chief Shilling Officer. And there's a lot of developments happening in the world right now. It's a great day to be prepped. And in fact, Refuge Medical will be live on their YouTube channel 1 p.m. today. So if you're not subscribed to Refuge's YouTube channel, go subscribe over there because they're going to be talking about a lot of what's happening in the world as well and what you can be doing about it. Okay. Beautiful. Bear Independent Brief, 2 October 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, Iran has launched a ballistic missile attack on Israel. Israel, is that how we spell it? Oh, Israel. That's who it is. In retaliation for the killing of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. This also comes after the Israeli military began a limited ground operation in southern Lebanon. Limited, air quote, limited in southern Lebanon, which is to the north of Israel. The United States is, quote, actively supporting defensive preparations to defend Israel against this attack, end quote, said a White House official who warned that any direct attack would, quote, carry severe consequences for Iran, end quote. Now, we are all the way and have been funding the Israeli military and the Israeli everything else as the United States of America. We have also all the way been funding Iran. Interestingly enough, thank you, Barack Hussein Obama. Was it $300 million and then billions and billions of dollars? Yeah, thanks, bro. Appreciate that. You're a douchebag piece of shit. Oh, sorry, I said that out loud. I didn't mean to say that. And then also, we've talked about Iran being not a puppet state of, but heavily supported by Russia, and the current conflict in the Middle East being a proxy war between Russia and the United States. And every soldier, every missile, every tank, every plane, every boat, every ship that we have locked up in the Middle East is one less thing they got to worry about in Ukraine. Yeah, asymmetric. While this moment was known to be a possibility, it is now a grim fact of history. Now, I will also tell you this, within the next 5 to 6 days, be prepared for, this is not prophecy, this is not a foregone conclusion, but be prepared for head on a swivel, roll heavy, domestic asymmetric reprisals from Iranians and Iranian sympathizers here in the United States of America. Because October the 7th is the 1-year anniversary of when Hamas attacked Israel last year, October 7, 2023. October the 8th is the false prophet Muhammad's birthday. And so you guys listen, this is going to be NC-17. I'm short sleep. I've got 1,000 things going on. I'm a one-man talk for Grindstone Operations right now. There's currently 94 emails in the inbox at admin@grindstoneministries.com. And when I get done here, I need to plow some calories and then go start loading trailers of stuff that's got to end up in Eastern Tennessee. So I'm going to say some bad words today. And if you're one of those people that's not going to have any grace for that, you can fuck off. How's that for an answer? Cool. So be prepared. I can't believe a pastor would talk like that. Go find another one. Go find some pussy that's going to say nice things to you. I'm not that guy. I'm never going to be that guy. I'm unapologetically not that guy, because men with calluses on their hands need somebody to teach them about Elohim too. Okay? Okay. All right. Domestic reprisals here. Brace for potential fuckery is the point I'm getting at. Okay? Brace for potential fuckery. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. It means that it could happen. So be alert, avoid crowds, roll heavy. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody has ever been coming to save you. They're certainly not coming to save you now. Okay? So far, there's no indication that this conflict will or even can cool off. If anything, the direct involvement of Iran is only an indicator that this is indeed becoming a wider war in the Middle East. Previously, Israeli Brigadier General Amir Avivi expressed Israel's resolve, saying, quote, "We cannot create terms for Israelis to return to their homes without pushing Hezbollah out of southern Lebanon, certainly at minimum 8 miles, which would be anti-tank missile range," end quote. Also on Monday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in a rare direct message to Iranian people that, quote, to the Iranian people, not Israeli people, Iranian people, "There is nowhere in the Middle East Israel cannot reach. When Iran is finally free, and that moment will come a lot sooner than people think, everything will be different. Our two ancient peoples, the Jewish people and the Persian people, will finally be at peace. Our two countries, Israel and Iran, will be at peace. May we together know a future of prosperity and peace," end quote. That whole that moment will come a lot sooner than people think. Thanks, BB. Ace McLean Super chat. Please, people, get the burn buckets. I ordered 2 of them and get your stuff in order. Get your stuff in order. I am. Thank you, Ace McLean. WTF does that mean? Says comfortably numb. Yeah, it does. What does that mean? It means brace for impact. Also, what's up, Evan? Radio made easy. Hello, free people. Love the hands and feet. Listen, brother, Evan, you're doing a phenomenal job supporting operations with Grindstone and others in the storm affected areas, and you deserve a giant clap hand, because very few people actually understand what's going on out there, and even fewer people are actually doing anything about it, but you are. And so I applaud you, sir. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Prior to this pivotal moment, the United States was already continually strengthening its presence in the Middle East. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin ordered the USS Abraham Lincoln to stay in the region, even though its scheduled replacement, the Truman, is still en route. Okay. So 2 carrier strike groups in the Med. Additional troops are being sent to the region while others have been put on standby. Additional air support capabilities will be sent this week, according to an announcement from the Pentagon. Rumant 101st is being spun up. Rumant, unconfirmed, 101st is being spun up. Don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of other people headed that way who absolutely would prefer that nobody said anything about it. We'll just leave it at that. There's not name tapes on their uniforms. How's that for an answer? National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said, quote, "We now have more force capability in the Middle East than we did in April, when Iran launched hundreds of missiles and drones. So there is already a very robust military capability to defend ourselves and to help Israel if it comes to that," end quote. It appears it may have indeed come to that after Iran's direct attack on Israel. Now, domestically, ports are closed. Right now, ain't a thing. A week or 2 from now could be a thing if the ports are still closed. This current regime in the White House in the United States of America does not have the resolve, maybe even the capacity, the capability to address the port workers' strike. They only want a 77% pay increase. Well, shit, I want one of those too. And if we had real money, right? If we have real money, in 1968, minimum wage was $1.25. If you take the silver out of those 5 quarters today, that's $22. That would make, if we had no increase in the federal minimum wage since 1968, minimum wage would be $22, $21.75 an hour right now. Okay. Yeah, I'd like a 77% pay raise too. But the Biden-Harris administration is not going to go tell these dock workers that they have to, excuse me, even though they have the authority to, that they have to get their poop in a group for national defense, because they need those union workers to vote for them in this upcoming election, which is just one more example of this current regime being willing to make you suffer so that they will get their way. Screw these people. Hate these people. And love of country does not equate to love of government, just so we're all on the same page here. Being a patriot doesn't mean you support the satanic pedophiles in office. You can love your country and hate your government. Okay? And I'm in that boat squarely. These ports are closed. Domestic issues, import, export is going to be a big deal. It's going to affect the economy. Availability of consumables is going to drop probably within the next 2 weeks. We're already seeing price increases on certain consumables, paper goods right now. I will also remind you that most of the trauma medicine and medical facility companies are located on the East Coast, and a lot of them just got hit by this Hurricane Helene and are currently inoperable. And the ports where their raw commodities come in to produce stuff in America, very compliant, are all shut down. It's a great day to be prepped, okay? It's a great day to be prepped. I'm not going to tell other people's business on camera right now, but some of the biggest names in the medical industry are inoperable right now. Inoperable. And 5 states are currently in a state of emergency because of Hurricane Helene. We are getting cries, pleas for help from everybody. We meaning Refuge Medical, from everybody. We need stuff. Please send us stuff. We need stuff. All the stuff you can get. We speedballed a freaking field hospital, y'all. Like, when I get off this live stream, I got to load up more stuff to get to Grindstone. Grindstone has 3 counties. At one FOB location, there are more than 5,000 displaced people. Medical issues abound. Everything from cuts and scrapes and bruises to heart attacks to people running out of oxygen to lack of prescription medications. Logistics wins wars, and this is going to have a large logistical impact domestically. So be aware of that. Get your shit while you can, is what I'm trying to say to you. Meanwhile, Russia has recently tailored its nuclear response doctrine specifically for the threat of long-range attacks coming from Ukraine. The deputy head of the National Security Council, Dmitry Medvedev, wrote, quote, "A massive launch and crossing our borders with enemy aerospace weapons, including aircraft, missiles, and UAVs, can, under certain conditions, become the basis for the use of nuclear weapons. Aggression against Russia by a non-nuclear weapon state, but with the support or participation of a nuclear weapon country, will be considered a joint attack." What does all that mouth mumbo jumbo mean? It means if Ukraine attacks Russian soil backed by the United States, even though Ukraine is a non-nuclear state, because they are supported by the United States, which is a nuclear state, Russia can and potentially will respond with nuclear weapons in that situation. Thank you, Abram B. Farms. Avram, appreciate you. Yeah, Dana, maybe a really good day to stop by Sam's Club on your way home and grab a bit more water, some gas, and rice and beans. Yeah, batteries, alternate generation is a huge deal. By the way, Signature Solar, if you're listening, I need you to reach out to me. I will see you at Self-Reliance Festival this weekend, after which I'm headed to deployment in Grindstone in Eastern Tennessee. But Signature Solar, reach out to me, admin@barindependent.com. I'll tell you guys this. I've been a Jackery fan since jump, since they sent me stuff. And I just this morning powered on my Jackery because we're going to be at sundown this evening celebrating an appointed time, a high holy day. Jackery still works, still doing great. It has lived outside since I've got it. I have spent way too long on hold only to have my call dropped by Jackery trying to acquire more equipment for disaster deployment. So screw you guys. And then I called Blue Eddie to see maybe if they want to play ball. I was on hold with them for 28 minutes before they just kicked me off the phone. And this was before the hurricane actually made landfall. Okay? So it wasn't like right now they're inundated with calls. And then I called Goal Zero. I was like, I think I like Goal Zero. Let me reach out to them. Yep. I was on hold with them for over half an hour before some little girl answered the phone. And I said, I need to talk with somebody in your C-suite. And she's like, sir, I can't handle that for you. I said, I know you can't handle that. That's why I need to talk to somebody in your C-suite. She's like, I'm not authorized to do that. I said, cool. Let me talk to your manager, please. I'm the CEO of Refuge Medical. We are an international trauma medicine company. I do nonprofit work. I need to talk to somebody who has some authority. She talks to her manager. Manager comes on and is like, yeah, we don't want to talk to you. I was like, well, F you guys too then. Okay. So, Signature Solar, I know you just hooked up my buddy Jason from Kentucky Sustainable Living. Get at me, admin@barindependent.com. And in the meanwhile, Jackery, Blue Eddie, Goal Zero, all y'all can kick rocks, kiss my ass, unimpressed with your customer service. Moving on. Just this week, using its own drones, Ukraine destroyed something like 3 months worth of Russian ammunition at a depot in a single night. Earlier this month, the European Parliament passed a resolution to lift Ukraine's restriction on the use of Western weapons, to which Russian Duma Speaker Vyacheslav Volodin responded, what the European Parliament is calling for opens the way to nuclear world war. So the European Parliament just said Ukraine can use European-supplied weapons to attack Russia on Russian soil. And Russia is saying, if you do that, we will be not on the brink of. We will be in a nuclear war. Now, is Russia reliable when they say this? I don't really want to find out, being perfectly honest. You know what I like to glow in the dark? The night sights on my weapons. Oh my gosh, I hear a squish. She wants to be let in. Hold on. What are you doing? Daddy, let me in. Daddy, let me in. You want to see the baseball? You're such a daddy's girl. Yeah, you gonna lighten the mood for us? This is why I don't want to glow in the dark, because I got a bunch of these little people. Yeah. You want to sing your song to the people? Ready? Go. Come on, do it. Do it. Do it. You cannot have the brief. You cannot have these papers. Are you super excited? Is that you on camera? Oh my goodness. Yes. That is you. You're showing your belly off. You're a little scantily clad to be on the internet right now. Oh. Where you going? Is that it? That's all you got for us? Thank you. Thank you for blessing us with your presence. Okay. You're going to go chew on my guitar? Okay. See you later. Excuse me. Where you going? You want to chew on my headphones? Oh, you want back up? No, you're just fooling. You didn't want to be down there? Okay, so Ukraine is going to put us on the brink of nuclear war, has already put us on the brink of nuclear war with Russia. So that's fun. So again, what three things are we going to do? We're going to pray, we're going to prep, we're going to produce. Right? Got it, Bear Nation. Grindstone Ministries is deployed to Eastern Tennessee in the wake of this horrific flooding. We did cross-border ops this morning into Western North Carolina. There's a bunch of communities that are hurting in Western North Carolina as well. We are working on coordinating to begin to get relief into Western North Carolina to villages, communities that have not been visited yet by anybody in any position of authority. If you want to support that, go to grindstoneministries.com. If you want to deploy with us, you go to grindstoneministries.com. If you have questions, you email admin@grindstoneministries.com. You can go to Amazon and check out the wish list for Grindstone Ministries and order whatever you want delivered to the FOB. FOB location is 104 Cherry Grove Road, Jonesboro, Tennessee. See the video that I put up earlier this morning called A Quick Update for more details on all of that. And bless you, every one of you that is pouring into Grindstone right now. In their 46 deployments, this one is by far the largest, the most catastrophic. In fact, I will show you a video from one of our brothers who is on the ground. It's about a 1-minute video. Turn, phone. This is a driveway. That's a guy walking down there. That's a driveway. They're trying to cut their way into that to go do welfare checks.
All of these trees
Okay.
are
Look at that.
relatively a foot in diameter plus at the base.
See that? That's one driveway. We've got 3 counties.
We have a significant concern with this tree right here being suspended by this tall pine.
Okay.
It can be liberated.
That's what we're facing out there. 3 counties. We currently are directly responsible for 3 counties, and we're working with TEMA, Tennessee Emergency Management Agency, to take care of as many other folks as we can. Like I said, we're now doing cross-border ops into Western North Carolina. So please help us share the world about Grindstone Ministries. Caleb House. Construction is ongoing. Operations against bad people are ongoing. We continue to move the needle over at Caleb House and our counter trafficking ministry, even in light of this Grindstone deployment. So thank you to everybody who supports Caleb House, Caleb with a K. If you want to plug in on that, Caleb House, Caleb with a K, calebhouse.org. Refuge Medical, I already told you guys we have myriad classes coming up. Don't be an ass. Come to class. Learn the fine art of how to not die. Just had a serious aid rendered come in this morning of a rolled log truck that somebody used the bare minimum to put this person back together again before they were care flighted out of that bad situation. You got to have the equipment. You got to know how to use it. And the availability of this equipment, I've been telling you guys for months, is beginning to dry up. And now with the ports being shut down and with the critical needs here in the United States of America, this stuff we're going to go back. We have the potential to go back to COVID era availability. So whatever you need, get it. And I'm not saying that I'm a low pressure, no pressure sales guy. I'm telling you straight facts coming from my operations team at Refuge Medical. We are going to get to a point where we cannot restock the shelves. So get what you need to get. Awesome. I want to also give a huge shout out to all the YouTubers out there who have been pushing Grindstone Ministries right now, to everybody out in the prepper sphere who's been pushing Grindstone Ministries. And a big thank you to Wrangler Star as well for his mention of Refuge Medical yesterday. Top 10 things you need to get to be prepared. Go check that video out. And so for everybody out there who's helping us push the flywheel at Grindstone Ministries, Caleb House, Refuge Medical on Patreon, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You're amazing. We have the best audience on planet Earth, bar none. This is not an audience. This is an army and a family. And we could not do what we do without y'all. I love you guys and girls. I pray you have a blessed day. I got to jump. I will see you when I see you. Shalom.